beautiful. It's Centel here with Style with Centel. And today we're going to go through your palette and how to put it on now that we've got it set up. So remember, we set it up with our highlight shades in order. And let's start. We're going to use 3 brushes. I'm going to go through them all and why I suggested, what I suggested to order, and now how to apply it. So first we're going to start with our color corrector, top left. And we're going to take the B squared brush or the blush bronzer brush. I always get that as a tongue twister, so it makes me laugh. And we're just going to tap it in our product like this. So just tap it in. And now wherever I've pointed out and colored on gave you that is your darker areas, you want to color correct. So for me, my nose is better than my face. My chin somewhat is. I have a couple blemishes on my chin, which if you want to use your detail brush with the small end, you can tap that in. And if you have any blemishes or scars that you really want to make sure you get a little bit, make sure you get that covered, you can put it in with that too. Under your eyes. So wherever you have dark areas that you want to cover, so you put that in. Now with your first layer, you can swirl it in. You really want to get it warmed up in the skin. This cream makeup just absorbs with your skin and moves with your skin. So it doesn't really set on as another layer. It just becomes like a skin-like layer. So just put that on wherever you have. I try evening out my forehead because my forehead goes really dark and then really light. So everybody has different areas where we're going to say was their darkest areas or their concerns. So we're going to put that on, blend it on, dap it on, and then you're going to use your perfector, which I have another video with how to prepare your perfector, and you're just going to tap over those areas, which removes any excess makeup that you could have had on there. Because in some places we're going to layer. Often we're just going to have one layer of makeup on as the goal, but in some areas we're going to layer just to get that coverage that we need without putting too much makeup on, because you don't want to accentuate any of our wrinkles or anything like that, because we want to stay our youthful glow, right? So the next one is your main shade. Again, same brush, tap it in. Now your main shade is going to go, I put my colors in wrong. I took them out. Look, I got my highlight shade there. Okay, this is supposed to be your main shade. I've got it as my highlight shade. I'm just gonna blot some of that off because, blend it in a little bit because I don't want that part being highlighted. So you can make mistakes and they're easily fixable. So experiment with this makeup. You're gonna take your main shade and you're gonna put it in the areas where I've marked your main shade. Often that is the upper part of your jawline. It could be the mid part of your forehead, and some of your cheek area, probably your lower cheek area, and probably under your nose. So kind of areas like that. You just want to dap it in. You may want to, depending on what we said, is if you have some color corrector areas, you may want to just dap it over those too, because you're doing a light coverage, so you're not putting on a heavy coverage. So we dap that on, perfect again. With this makeup, if you find that you're not having enough coverage, you can layer it. You just want to make sure you don't want to put it on too thick. So now we're going to go with our contour. We're going to take the detail brush, we're going to take the rectangular end, flatter end of that, and we're going to tap it into our contour. And we're going to contour again. We're going to do like, I don't know what you see, a 3 or an E on that side. And we're going to do this side. Same thing. When you do your contour for under your cheeks there, you don't want to go beyond the center of your eye, wherever that is. You don't want to go beyond that. So you want to do what works well for you, and we got to always push that up and around because we want to give a lift to our face with those shadows. So look how that shadow looks so nicely there. It gives you me definition. I'll do the same for you. And then you also want to do your jawline. So this is where we give ourselves a jaw, we minimize the looks of a double chin, and I'm gonna do that jawline and then brush it back onto down my chin a little bit to even that out. And most of us have lighter necks than our faces and our chests. So we're gonna correct that with a little bit of this contour, and then if I recommend you a bronzer, that is why, because that'll color correct. You may be somebody that wanted your face the same color as your neck and go lighter. Most of us are going to go darker because the darker makeup goes on a little bit better for us, and it also gives us that sun glow look, and it's just what most of us prefer. Okay, so now we've got to finish contouring in our nose. And we just want to do it the other side, outside of your nose. So we give that some definition too. All right, so now I'm gonna take my highlight color, is my next one, which I've got in the wrong place. Probably have to reshoot this video so that it makes sense at some point. Okay, so contour, where I've, again, the brightener color. Why did I just say contour? The brightener color, we're going to put where I've put for some brightener for you. Nice. And then however we have it under your eyes to brighten. And this gives you that 3D look. And again, I just tap it in and kind of tap it on. I'm not swirling it on when I do the extra layers now because I don't want to disturb what I have. I just want to start tapping it on and adding it on. And then I'm going to take the perfector again, and I'm going to just even it out. I made the mistake when I first started ordering this makeup, and I thought, oh, I don't need that little sponge, just like any other sponge. And I didn't get it. And I definitely put on my makeup too heavy, and I got this little guy, and it was a life changer. Just gives you more of that airbrush finish. You can remove any excess makeup you have, and it just does that finishing touch for you. So here I have my setting powder in there. And again, I take the powder brush. And again, if you followed my must-haves, if you ordered the setting powder, and I suggested do it with the brush, you save about $15, as well as if you do the bronzer with the B2 squared brush, you also save about $15 in combining that. So I recommend those because these two brushes are great to have. And then you're going to use those products anyway, so you might as well collect on the savings. I love a good value. So with the powder brush, this rounder end, you just tap it in, and it fits right in here to tap this product on. And I like setting under my eyes, for me, because they're a little bit oily, and I just like setting that in there and making sure that it stays for the day. Around my nose and wherever else you have. So now if you find you have oily areas somewhere else, or you have a blemish and you want to set like a blemish there, you could tap that in and set your extra layers on a blemish or whatever. This flat side does the other layers of your face. You might want more of a matte finish and like more powder throughout your face, or you just feel it's going to be an oilier day, or you're going through whatever we go through changes. This end of the brush is great for the rest of other areas of your faces. Okay, so now we get to the bronzer. And this is the blush bronzer brush. And we're going to take the big fluffy end. We're going to tap that in. And we're going to go and do from the upper of our cheeks, kind of, and our forehead. And this gives you that sun glow look. And love that. And I also do down my neck. This does not, you're putting this on so lightly and it just goes in with your skin. It's not something that transfers to your clothes, which I quite like. I'm shorter, right? So I always knew when I had I hated going to weddings and that. You put your face on and you get all your makeup and you've got this layer of makeup, and then some uncle comes that's taller and wants to hug you and he's wearing a white shirt and you're trying to keep your face away because you know that you're just going to give a big print of your makeup. It's going to transfer onto their shirt. And I don't find this happens with this makeup. Joys. Okay, there it is. So that is my foundation. It's 3D. It's given me dimension. Not a one-dimensional color. It's giving me dimension. I haven't even added any of my blush yet. So I'm going to take my blush end of the bronzer brush. I have two colors here in my compact. I have Summer Love and I have Sandstone. So let's just try Summer Love today. And I'm just going to tap it on. And it does not need much at all. These colors are so pigmented that you just get a lot of wear out of them for putting very little on. So you'll like that. See, look. Now, blush is something, and lip color is something that you'll decide what you like. If you like pinks, reds, oranges, lots, little, subtle. Some people do their cheeks here. I like doing mine a little bit more up here. I find it gives me more of a lift. You can take your same colors and give yourself some lip. I want a little bit darker, so I'm going to mix these two today. I like that better. All right. I have a little bit, what goes on my fingers? A little bit of lipstick on my fingers still. Okay, so now in here we have your eyeshadows or whatever you want to fill your compact with. You can decide. I can do different eyeshadow videos and show you different eye looks, or question me. Like if you have a specific eye look you want to see a video on, send me a message. I'll be more than happy to do a video on that and help you out. So then this is the illuminator. So the illuminator we can put on the top, just tap it on, of your cheeks there, give you a little bit of a glow. You can put it under your eyebrows. You can put it on your collarbone, like some people like on their collarbone when they have more of a shirt on. Put some illumination there. So very nice. This is a cream illuminator. It gives you some of that glow. If you want more of a dewy glow look, actually our powder illuminators are what you'd prefer, and Photoshop is a good one for that. So if you're into that, that might be something you want to look into. So there, one palette, 3 brushes, and you are set to go. Now, the nice thing about this is that you can put this in your purse. You have everything there. Traveling, you have everything you need in one palette. And when the seasons change, if you say, oh, I want some different eye colors, we can just pop them out because they're magnetic, right? If you want different lip and cheek colors, depending on the day, the week, you can pop them out. And then when one tin gets empty, because one will, it might be your highlight color or your main shade color, contour, whatever they run out at different times, you just pop them out, replace them, and you're not throwing a whole palette away. It's just so much value in there. So, any questions? Please reach out. I am here to be your personal makeup artist. I'm here to help you so you get that look you want. We can troubleshoot. There's tricks. There's other things. So everybody's skin is different. And my goal is to make sure you look gorgeous in your own skin and have your own sense of style. So until next time, live, love, learn, and laugh.